The more I hear about this guy, Jeffrey Epstein, the more I think he sounds like a real jerk.
Dude, Travis was on
He
the
was on the flight
list,
logs?
dude. Travis was on the
Oh,
flight log. I can't
dude.
believe you. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring
It's
back
always the
some
one you
classic
most
cold cuts,
expect.
some Travis. Ooh, 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 and you blew right through it for your sick Epstein joke. Disgusting.
I would never blow through a
Disgusting.
Travis joke. I just I just take him on the chin at this point. I'm so used to the Travis opening.
We haven't talked about dude. I think I told you this last night when we were on the phone, but I think it describes a lot of men very well. Because women are always like, dude, it is going crazy outside right now. I gotta get blinds, by the way. I feel like I look like one of those Korean face-tuned pictures. It's like really white and like blown
Oh
out.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
That was one of the last actually that's not true. We've DM'd again since then, but I think I mentioned this before. It was like one of the last DMs that I exchanged with Psychic Pebble is I sent him a video that was exactly like that. It was like a bunch of like weird Chinese guys that were
Oh,
like
that
trying
was
to
the one
look
he
like
didn't respond
K-pop.
to.
And I was like, I saw this and I thought you'd like it, and he didn't like he didn't reply to it for like a week, and then he finally was like, "Oh, that's beautiful," and I was like, "Okay,
He's
we're
coming on
good."
this year. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, if you've been keeping tabs of the episodes, I think this is the fourth episode where I'm wearing the Groovy sweater.
Jesus,
I
bro.
know, I know.
Let's just pretend you do laundry every day, so I don't have to
Every
assume
other
what that
day.
smells
Every
like
other day.
in
It doesn't
there.
smell. It doesn't smell terrible. I'll say
Okay,
that much. I've showered, but I've put it. It's dude. This is the most comfortable hoodie I own. Okay,
that's all
and it
right. We've all
sucks
got a
because
hoodie
I'll
like
literally
that.
be at like family gatherings and I'll have a jacket on to cover it, but then I'll forget and I'll just like turn around.
Oh God, it's one of those.
Could you see everything?
Yeah, I said,
It's a
"Oh
little
God,"
crazy.
really
It's a little
loudly.
crazy, dude. I feel like
The
those pictures of like the kid in high school that's like chilling at his desk and someone takes a picture and he's wearing like the Ahiago or is that the cheese? That like anime girl face. It's like and it's like
Asiago,
just a
yeah.
bunch of those chicks on the sweater and it's like Jesus Christ.
You know what John Fetterman should do that would really be base is like I know he's been wearing hoodies a lot. That's kind of his like signature thing. He should wear one like that with like the big
Yeah.
giant anime
He
titties
would
on
be
it.
so funny to take one of those like supreme like pics where their like hands are like this in front of
Oh
them.
yeah,
They're just like swagged out.
he's
That
a. I
shit's been
mean,
crazy because, dude, every lefty was like, this man is a genius. Stop calling him retarded. And now
yeah.
it's like, kill John Fetterman. And I'm like, holy shit.
Well,
What's going on?
I've realized this. I'm sure I'm late to the party on this, but I realized that it's like if you want to fast track your way to like just political stardom, like if you want to be, particularly if you're a guy, if you're a man, and you want to be like, I want everyone in the political sphere to know who I am, and maybe have like be a really polarizing figure. The first step is getting a really unique, identifiable hairstyle. I swear to God, it is like the thing among all of these guys. Well, hair
He
and
doesn't have
facial hair
hair, does he?
combination. Well, the John Fetterman look is the crazy, like, what would you call this? It's like not a goatee. It's just like the soul patch and totally bald. He's the only man in politics at his level that has that. Donald Trump, he's got the crazy. He's got immediately like caricature hair. Hitler had crazy hair. This Argentinian guy that everybody's talking about that just got elected has wild hair too. It was actually kind of the first
There's a
time that I
lot of
noticed
European
it.
politicians where it's like, dude, you need a comb. Like, it's like
Boris
so. Yeah, Boris
Boris
Johnson is
Johnson.
crazy,
I'm
dude.
telling you, I'm telling you, the hair is the key. It's like the immediate way that people, I don't know what it is. It's like it becomes your calling card because that Pete Buttigieg or whatever, he will never make it in the political sphere because he's got just a really milk toast look. You have to, if he was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the first openly gay politician, but he really went for it and was rocking like a mullet or something, he would he would win an election. But
He
because
was
he looks
running for
too consummate insider, it won't
he was
happen.
running for president, right?
I think he was. He was on the ballot.
Do you
Yeah.
remember when Biden won and Amy Klobuchar was like, "Congratulations, Pete. Enjoy being the whatever of transportation." And I was like, Damn, this bitch is ice cold, bro.
That
Do you
is
remember
fucking
that?
cold. I don't remember
Dude, you
that.
gotta look it up. The way she says it, there's so much malice and contempt
Jesus.
in her
Well,
voice, dude. That Amy Klobuchar is a cutthroat bitch, bro. I would
there
not
is
fucking
this
cross her.
there is a very funny thing with like on one hand we all know that all of these like politicians are in bed together and like flying on Epstein's jet and diddling kids and stuff. Like they all are like there's
A
a there's
cabal.
they all are like closer than they want us to believe. They want us to believe that they're arch nemesis, but they're actually not. But the other side of that is like I think they also do hate each other, like have like a deep like spite, but that slips out in ways that the general public doesn't expect, like just what you explained right there, where it's like Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump go way farther back than they would like to let on. And so in a way, all of him being like crooked Hillary Clinton and all that stuff is kind of a put on, but I would bet big money that Hillary Clinton has probably paid several witch doctors to like cast a spell on Donald Trump to like kill him like IRL or something
I
like
don't know,
that.
dude. Leading up and watching, I mean that's what was so.
Does my point make sense though? Do you
Your
get what I'm
point,
getting
your point
at?
does make sense. Yes, I see what you're saying, but
There's no warmth, but they know each other like friends should. They're just like
yes, that's why
just
they can hurt
tired
each other so
enemies.
well, bro. But
Yeah.
I swear, dude, leading up to the election, dude, I mean that was a thing that all the kind of like Democrats were acting like, though, is that Hillary, there's no way Hillary was going to lose. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I don't know if you saw that
100%.
clip, but there was like, I want to say Bill Maher, but it was like absolute baboon, by the way, Bill
Hate
Maher.
that guy so
But
much.
it was like Ann Coulter was on, and they were like, Ann, who do you think is actually going to win as president? And she was like, well, Donald Trump. And the whole audience was like, yo, this bit is stupid as hell, and like laughing and like
Yeah.
fucking jeering at her, and like, so dude, I don't think that Hillary Clinton hated Trump until post-election, because also didn't she do that shit where she disappeared for like a week? And then I remember there was a picture of someone hiking on Reddit that went viral that everyone was making fun of like, I was going for a walk and I found Hillary and we cried together, and it was
Oh
like,
God. I mean,
oh,
dude,
dude.
the that is embarrassing. But I remember the night of, well, first of all, you don't even have to boil it down to a
I gotta
clip. I
stop doing
remember
voices, by the way, bro.
why.
I meant to bring this up last episode. There's nothing more cringe than when you're hating at someone and you're like, I'm doing your voice and you're stupid because you sound like the most annoying people on earth do that, including Cenk Uygur. Every time he gets so upset, he always gives his opponent like the stupidest voice ever. I'm leaving that in 2023. I have to. But
Poor
continue,
Sank. It's
continue.
that Sank is just like it's unfortunate that he's built like Kronk from Emperor's New Groove because it's just like it's really easy to write him off as just like a big galoot, even like
Did you
even if he
meet
has
my uncle when you were here?
yeah, he kind of looks like him.
Dude, Sank is literally just the Turkish version of my
He
uncle,
does
and it
look
is
he
so
does.
insane, dude. It is
They are
insane.
that's
That
funny
is the
because you didn't mention that.
craziest body build of like, just like
Yeah, just like
you're a
wide.
monster, and you can tell they don't go to the gym, but they're just like a big guy. Yeah,
Extremely wide, yeah.
crazy shit, dude.
Oh, but I was gonna say, I remember just the night of the election when, I was bar hopping. It actually happened the same night that two of my very close friends who are twins, their birthday is November 8th, which happened to be the election night. So we were already planning on going out, but it was gonna be like, oh, we're gonna bar hop and just, watch as the election unfolds. And absolutely, in our minds, we were basically like, we're just gonna watch Hillary win. Basically, I mean, I'm not like I was never by any stretch of the imagination a fan of Hillary. In fact, my two friends hated Hillary, but all of us were. Everyone assumed that she
Dude,
was
bar
going to win
hopping for
again.
Hillary is so cringe, bro.
No, we
That
weren't.
is
We're not
so
bar
cringe.
hopping for we
Bar
were
hopping
bar
for
hopping
Hillary is
for my
so
friends.
Reddit,
But
dude.
basically, it was playing on TV in every bar. So we were just like, go to one bar. It was playing on the TV there, and it was pretty. honestly early in the night when Trump had taken a few states already,
He took a
way too
lead
early,
quick, dude.
quick. And I remember being like, well, it's definitely too early to tell, and it still seems crazy to imagine that he would win. But I was like, there was a chaotic side of me that was like, ooh, it would be really interesting if he won. Like, I'm like, what if he actually did take this shit? And then it became a reality really rapidly. Like, he just retained a lead for like the rest of the night. And then I remember being at a bar then late in the evening and we were all fairly drunk and but the bar was like silent because you have to imagine in New York everybody was
And they were
extremely
like
butthurt.
they started rounding up gay people probably and beating
Yeah,
them and stuff.
immediately putting them
Yeah.
into trains and camps. Yeah, it was terrible. And I was like, I'm too drunk to help. Well, maybe I'll deal with this tomorrow. And I was like, I'm straight. I'm straight. And they were like, okay, you're
Dude,
good.
can
But
you
the
imagine trying to explain the Holocaust to a very autistic Jewish boy, and then he's just like, "They got to go on trains?
yeah,
Yo,
it's
they
like
yo trains." That's so stupid.
has that joke been made?
I've never heard it
I feel like
before, but it's
somebody's
so
made that
dumb.
joke.
It's so dumb. It may not have been.
Okay. It's
It may
actually
not have
funny. I
been.
actually think it is funny, but I feel like I was gonna say you could animate that, but I feel like it's been done. But
Someone do a
still
background check.
funny.
If it has
Somebody
been
look it
done,
up.
my guess,
Somebody's already typing
unironically,
it
it's
up.
probably fucking
Very
Cumtown.
funny. Dude,
But
I actually
I
quick
hate when you
side
do that
note.
shit to me, bro.
What?
But yeah, very funny concept. Yeah, very funny concept.
Very
Just with
funny. Very
no
funny
humor in your
concept.
voice. Just like,
Have you actually heard before
what?
that?
Wait,
Wait,
finish your
I
thing,
have a
your
few
bar story
things.
though.
Okay, well, for one thing, I remember the reason I even brought this up, the bar story. All I was going to say was that I remember then watching. Uh, I don't remember who came out first. I think it was Hillary's camp came out first, but Hillary herself did
Didn't.
not come out.
Right? Yeah.
And even as we're talking about it right now, but I remember it being odd, being like, seriously, lady? Like you can't just I mean, I understand it's a pretty crushing defeat that you won to this talk about a galoot, like you literally won to this guy that everyone was like, don't worry, Hillary, you're fine. You're gonna win this. Yeah, she probably thought it was a cakewalk, and then to get trampled by this guy was embarrassing, but it's like, do you have no balls at all that you can't just like come out and be
Bro,
like,
if
the sun
I,
will shine another day and something, you know what I mean? Just say some
bro,
stupid can shit and then go rail a line of fucking Klonopin when you're back in your hotel room. Like, why do you need to not show up?
be real, bro. Be real, okay? Who do we both mutually hate? I don't hate her,
Uh,
but she's so cringe and annoying. Who's that woman, Rachel Maddow?
who the hell is that?
She literally looks like you if you were a lesbian. Type that in. Look up Rachel Maddow.
I don't know who that is.
How do you
You
not know
telling
who
me
Rachel Maddow is?
I don't know who this is, bro.
Am I
Okay, tell me.
getting?
Well, tell me what it is. Maybe
Am I
she's done
saying
something
the
that
right
will.
person?
No, I mean she does look. I guess yeah, she looks like a female version of me, but I don't know.
No,
I don't
she's
know who
not, dude.
this
She's
is.
just an annoying news reporter. There's nothing bad about. Okay, who's a
Okay,
mutual person we hate? Hitler. Okay, dude. If Hitler
Hitler.
was elected,
Rachel Maddow.
and Hitler.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead. Next.
Well, here's okay, bro. Nick Fuentes. If you were running against Nick Fuentes, you would
Uh-huh.
obviously be like, dude, the country is not gonna fucking vote Nick Fuentes, right? If
Yeah.
on election night they were like,
Lost
Nick
to him.
Fuentes blew the fuck out of Harris. Harris got wrecked. It would be hard to come out of your fucking like.
No,
It
but
would be
I'm not a
so hard not
politician.
to come
But
out.
that I
Dude.
am not a politician. If Hillary couldn't come out after just like a defeat, like it's like, I mean, dude, like the head coach of a basketball team has to go out and like give it. Every player goes to give an interview after they get
But
blown
there's a
out
difference
on the
between your
court.
team losing and then you as a person
But you were the person
losing.
who was supposed to be, in theory, the face of the United
That's
States.
why it would be so hard to come out.
But it's like you would have had to come out and make a speech if another 9/11 type tragedy would have come out. Would you have been like, you know what I mean? Like
That's
you
different, dude.
should have
There's
come out.
something different. Maybe it's just because I'm a weirdo and I get in my head too much. But there's something different when it's you on the chopping block,
I guess so.
as
but
opposed to like a
do.
shooting somewhere, like a national tragedy. This is literally you having to come out and go, "Hi, I fucking suck, and I got blown the fuck out by Hitler or whatever."
I think really what it is that she was too she was too cocky. She was too arrogant. She probably had
Way too cocky.
absolutely she had no
Way too cocky,
contingency
bro.
speech. Like she had not written a speech, and Chat GPT did not exist at the time for her to come out and just be able to like have you ever seen it's actually really like harrowing and like a crazy piece of history. Did you ever see the written speech that Nixon, I don't remember who it was, whoever the guy was president at the time was supposed to give in the event that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and the crew did not return from the moon. Did you ever
No,
see that?
that's crazy. What is this?
Well, I don't know if it was Nixon because I'm not sure if my history is right, but there was a speech that's written that you can read. I could read it. It's not very long. It's
Yeah, you gotta
very.
say hello to Mr. Penis Man.
Let me see. Wait, I can't. Hang on.
Do
I'm
you
googling
you have my
something.
camera
Oh my
off?
God.
You're
Well,
sick.
I'm looking up this speech.
You're
Hang on.
sick.
President speech if moon mission failed. Was it? Oh, it was Kennedy. What if the moon landing had failed?
My
Oh
wife
no, it was
looks like
Nixon.
a cross-eyed chihuahua,
It was
and
Nixon.
I'd
Let me see
sleep
if
with
I can find it.
anything. Dude,
Okay.
that guy smashed. You can tell. I know he smashed hot women like Marilyn Monroe, but you know that guy was smashing absolutely anything that crossed his path, bro.
Who is this now? Sorry, I was
JFK,
reading up. Oh, JFK. Do you want me to read this speech?
hit me.
It's like
Do it
two
in his
paragraphs.
voice.
It's a little long. I don't know what Nixon sounded like at all.
I thought it was
Sometimes like
JFK.
no, it's not that. No, no, it was Nixon. I
Nixon
was right.
talked like this.
Is he? I mean, what
Like
if I
an
just do it in
animal.
a theater? What if I do it in the only voice I know how to do?
Dude, it's Joe. Dude, it's
I
Joe.
can't. I don't. I can't. I'll literally be. I can't do it. I'm trying to think if there's any other voice. I
Just
can
do
do
your
that's
regular
really good.
voice at this point.
Okay, this is what he would have said. So imagine now that they went to the moon, but this was literally on the contingency that they couldn't get home. That they were on
Oh,
the
this
moon
isn't
and
even that they died. This is that they're stuck on the moon.
yeah, well, that they basically are
Woo.
dead, but that they are trapped. Either that they crashed or they couldn't be returned. Here's what it says. This was the contingency speech. Fate has ordained that the men who went to the moon to explore in peace will stay on the moon to rest in peace. These brave men, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin,
Yo,
know
wait.
that
That was a bar. That was an opening
you
bar.
should
Dude.
you gotta hear this
All
bar
right,
that's like in the
continue.
fourth line here.
Continue.
These brave men, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin, know that there is no hope for their recovery, but they also know that there is hope for mankind in their sacrifice. These two men are laying down their lives in mankind's most noble goal, the search for truth and understanding. They will be mourned by their families and friends. They will be mourned by their nation. They will be mourned by the people of the world. They will be mourned by a Mother Earth that dared send two of her sons into the unknown. In their exploration, they stirred the people of the world to feel as one. In their sacrifice, they bind more tightly the brotherhood of man. In ancient days, men looked at stars and saw their heroes in the constellations. In modern times, we do much the same, but our heroes are epic men of flesh and blood. Others will follow and surely find their way home. Man's search will not be denied, but these men were the first, and they will remain the foremost in our hearts. For every human being who looks up at the moon in the nights to come will know that there is some corner of another world that is forever mankind. How crazy is that?
Also, I would like you
Also-
to find these astronauts' Reddit accounts and give them Reddit gold as a sense of honor.
Is
For
this
what they
Heath
have
Ledger's
done.
Joker as Nixon, or is this Nixon?
No, that's what
as...
he was a monster, dude. He was a drooling baboon. No, he was. That's kind of like the Democrats always, dude. The Democrats. No, but like,
want to know how I got these astronauts? on the moon?
I guess the description I'm see. This is how I know you're not a gamer, bro. This is like in
What do you
in
mean?
Call
I
of
just gave
Duty,
a spot-on Joker impression. How does that not make me a gamer? Isn't that all you need?
bro. That's N-word gamer. I'm talking about a gamer who plays games. That's the different type. That's the internet racist gamer.
I've never heard of that. Okay.
You're sick. You're sick. But no, Nixon's always portrayed as. Have you never seen Futurama or played Call of Duty?
No.
He's always portrayed as talking like this.
Yeah,
It's
now,
funny.
okay, listen, you've made me feel so self-conscious. I have to look up and see what he sounds like.
No, I believe you. I mean, honestly, you
Richard
don't even have to look it up. I
Nixon
buy it
voice.
immediately. But anyway,
One sec, let me listen to a speech. Dude, it kind of sounds, all right, let me share this so everyone can hear it. It kind of sounds like that.
Let's hear it. I can't hear it.
You can't hear?
No, I can't hear it.
Oh, I'm so stupid. Wait a sec. Why is it when you share screen, you can't share sound automatically?
Throughout the long and difficult period of Watergate,
It sounds normal.
I have felt it was my duty to persevere.
No, he
To
talks
make
like
every
this.
possible effort
You're
to complete
literally
the
playing
term
him
of
up like.
office.
Also, I would like you all to send the family of Buzz Aldrin at least 20 V-Bucks so that they can buy.
Not a handsome
Peter
president, I
Griffin
gotta
skin.
say. Nixon was not a cute guy, but the
But he wasn't like, people act like he was like this knuckle dragging ape. But dude, anyone who had to run against JFK, I mean, dude, this is the concept of like just twinks in general, bro. Like you stand next to a twink, you're gonna look like some sort of like past missing link ape man. Like that's how it is, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
That's just how it is.
Honestly, I think Nixon should thank Donald Trump because I honestly believe, and I'm really not even saying this as like a libtard, but like Donald Trump blows every other president out of the water on just sheer like ogreish like features. Like Trump.
That's
I mean,
not true,
Trump-
bro. You've seen that
Dude.
X-ray of him. It's his big penis that causes him
like-
to stand that way. It's not real.
I mean, I really don't think there is a more just like. I kind of look at other presidents, but like just Googling Trump, the images that show up of him, he is just like.
Bro, I'll be real though. Maybe this is me being biased, but I don't look at him and think like ogre man. I think just like he just looks like to
He's
me
like a clown. Look at
age
this one I
business.
just
But
sent
dude, is
you.
that because of your actual thoughts? Or is that because you're an ex-Redditor who used to love the New York Times and every image of him drawn is like, I'm a monkey with small hands.
I'm really
Monkey.
I'm really coming at this. I'm looking at him right now, and I'm really trying to do the meditative, like fresh.
maybe I'm
monkey
wrong. Let me
thing.
pull him up. Let me pull him
Well,
up.
look at the picture I just sent you in chat. But I really feel like if I was an alien and I had never seen a human before, and they were like, "Well, this is what they look like," and they showed me Donald Trump as an alien, if they showed me Donald Trump, I would be like, "That really? That's what they look like? That's really odd." Like,
Dude, for
not
his
right.
age, I feel like he doesn't. I mean, he's fat.
what do you
for
mean
sure,
his age?
but-
he doesn't look young. He looks
He's like
fat.
70, isn't he?
And the hair, dude. I'm telling you, it all comes back to the hair I'm talking about. His hair is insane.
Dude,
That
to
one
me, he
more
just looks like
recent
an
image of him-
old ass businessman.
Imagine if he showed up to this like the presidential debate with like a Dominican fade.
Dude, if he showed
Jump
up
with
in
a
cornrows, it would be so big. Dude, the thing I wish he did, because I'm skeptical if he can grow a good beard, because he's always so clean shaven. But dude, if he shaved his head bald and grew a beard, I would, dude, whatever that man asked this country to do, I would follow along. Even if it was like the most fascist, like terrible shit. He would literally look like the perfect villain, dude.
Dude,
We would have to goon up. We would have to
Wait,
dress
is-
up as goon henchmen and just start gooning.
Wait, are these images real? Hang on a sec. I'm seeing pictures of Donald Trump allegedly debuting a new haircut. He has like a slicked back look. Have you seen this?
He's done that before. Dude, what's that picture
I
that
think this
looks like
good,
the
actually. It looks better like this.
what's that Sexy Lord album cover that Trump took a picture that looks similar where it's like his head from an angle right here? You know
Oh
what
my
I'm talking
God.
about?
I love that image
That
so
picture
much.
is
Wait,
so good,
wait,
dude.
Trump undershot.
Dude, that album cover of Lord though, you know that thing be brapping. You know what I'm saying? You know the album I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Brapping
but
at
how
the
hell do
beach,
I-
it's called
how
or
do I-
something.
How do I find that picture
Let me
of
see if I can
Trump?
find it.
He has like the
Trump.
sun is like behind him too. It's like a really like powerful. Like he looks grotesque, but
It's
it's like
so good though. Dude, that brings
his
me up to the
powerful
other
figure.
good time, bro, when there was that fucking solar thing happening when you're supposed to look at it with the special glasses. And
Oh my
Trump
God,
was
and he
looking
takes
at
them
it with
off.
his family. But yeah, takes it off and then just looks up and points to it. And it's like,
Do we have
this
an
man is
official...
a baller, bro.
I think you know what would be really fun. Could we make a tier list right now of Trump funny moments, like all of the funny moments?
I
And,
mean,
like, rank
the
them?
Ben Carson one I bring up every episode is the
Oh,
best.
the Ben Carson one.
That
is
one is
awesome.
just unreal, dude.
I don't think that one.
God, that's a huge loser. I mean, he's talked about enough,
Ben
but
Carson.
no, I fucking love Ben Carson, bro.
Wait,
I
then
remember
what are
I
you
made
talking about?
a Ben Carson video where it was like, what's that song? Something. Send me photograph. No, see the airplanes along the Nile. Something, something, da 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 da. Just remember, Harris, all the while you
don't.
belong to me. You don't remember this?
No.
Send me photographs and souvenirs. See the marketplace at Old Tangier. Just remember, when a dream appears, you belong to me.
I love
How do you
that.
not know this song? It's so
No,
good.
I'm really enjoying.
It's
being
an old timey
serenaded, though.
song. And I'll be so alone without you. Maybe you'll be lonesome too. It's such a good song,
Wow.
but I made a video with that song and then just like zooming in pictures of Ben Carson's face.
That's so
And-
sweet.
But this
I like
political Twitter hit me up and was like, "Do you actually believe Ben Carson will win for 2024? Like, we're interested to talk to you about it." And I was just like,
What?
dude, I was literally like, I love Ben Carson, but don't talk to me about like
that. Yeah, but
real shit.
That ain't gonna happen.
That's such a great picture, dude. I can't
Oh, the one
believe
that I
that
just sent
man
you?
is dead, bro.
Which one?
Japanese
Shinzo
Trump with that
Abe.
swag.
Totally forgot
Bro, I know
about that.
people act
I
like
know.
he's like a bloodthirsty. I think he is. I don't know enough about him, but I'm sure he's bloodthirsty because that's what everyone says. But the guy next to Trump, his
Ooh, that guy
drip
with the
with that
mustache?
stash, it's so powerful, bro.
We do need, unironically, we do need more men in power with mustaches. It's just a very.
Why did the
like,
mustache go out of style, bro?
No idea. I'm glad that it's coming back because it is a powerful look. Not everyone can and should rock it, but it's a powerful look. And if you grow a good mustache, there's really no
Bro,
excuse for you
I
not
trimmed
to.
mine too short, and now it looks so small compared to my beard.
Well, your beard is coming in pretty nicely. Here,
Bro,
I'm
it's
gonna hit you
crazy.
with. I'm gonna hit you with a couple. Now, mind you, these are Trump funny moments according to BuzzFeed, which are like basically written by
Based
AI.
white guy podcast moment of one of the hosts burping into the mic.
That was awesome. But here, okay, how would you rank this moment when he was like free throwing paper towels to hurricane victims in Puerto Rico? What did you think about that one?
I don't even remember that one, dude. That's
That was a
base
funny.
as
That's a
hell.
funny. That's a
That's
funny moment.
so
He went to
good.
Puerto Rico and just was like there for like aid, but was just just had a thing of paper towels and was just like just
Dude, here's
shooting
the
it out
problem.
to
I'm gonna tell
crowd.
you right now.
Awesome.
This entire tier list is gonna be S tier and A tier. That's literally all it's gonna be.
They're all
That's
funny,
literally all it's
but
gonna be. Dude, do you remember the Halloween one? Where there's
Uh,
that kid dressed as a minion and he's like walking up to Trump and Trump is just looking at it and
It's
puts a
right on
candy
the-
bar on top of
I
its
love
head
that.
and it just falls off and it's like
I love that moment.
Dude,
yeah, that was
bro,
awesome.
another one when he's talking to the kid about Santa, and he's like,
What was that?
"Do you still believe in Santa? Because at 7, it's I forget the word he used. It's so good. Do you not remember that one,
No, I don't remember
Bro,
that one. It's so many
That's
moments.
so good. Just having
What
a
about the-
diplomatical conversation with a child about Santa is so good.
That's so good. What about didn't he, I don't know if I'm misremembering this, but wasn't it on his birthday that he ordered like $4,000 worth of McDonald's for like the entire White House, and there's just like photo
Close,
of him.
close. This
that what it
makes
was?
this makes it funnier. It was like I forget what sports team, but they had just won their World Series or something or state championship. And he invited them in, and then instead of having like I guess the 1 year before it was like fancy food, but he just bought like a ton of McDonald's. Dude, I'll
Which
tell you
is
right now as a
based,
college
honestly,
athlete,
based.
as a college athlete, if I walked in to the White House and I had all you can eat McDonald's, bro, fuck your mother if you're saying that sucks, bro. You guys are so stupid. Dude, and the pictures of him standing next to the mountains of cheeseburgers just like looking like the fucking Grimace. It's so good, dude.
So good. I also love this picture of him. It looks like he's with two. Let's see. He's got he's with the Saudi Royal Council, and he's just got his hand on this glowing
Am I
orb.
crazy, dude? Okay, listen. You voted for Hillary. The orb. The
orb
one, dude. Someone edited it into. It just reminds me of college all the time, but it's them holding down a gravity bong, like they're all about to smoke it. But dude, also it's crazy that the king literally looks like he's senile. No hate to the king of Saudi Arabia, but do you see his eyes? Like, does he not look frightened compared to Trump in the picture you just sent me?
Oh, he looks really scared in that image.
He looks scared, and Trump just looks like a toad.
I think Trump literally looks like a Studio Ghibli character. And then like,
who's the other guy?
I don't know who that guy is.
He must be Egyptian. He looks Egyptian to me.
This guy, I don't know what the actual dynamic is here with these guys, but you ever heard the term eminence grease? Do you know what that means?
It's like when you're greasy or whatever.
No, it's like a Latin word which means eminence grease is like you have like a political figurehead, but the eminence grease is like the power behind the scenes, like the actual person calling the
Dick
shots.
Cheney.
But yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's what I get. That's the vibe I get here is that you have the Saudi Arabian prince who looks very frail and senile and confused, and this guy next to him who's just wearing a suit.
Well, I would assume that's the king.
This guy's the guy calling the shots. Is that what it is?
I would assume it's the king and not the prince.
Let me tell you.
But the new king is much younger.
I really feel like nothing ages a man more than dyeing their beard black when it should be clearly gray. Like that is.
Yeah, my mom always tells a story where like my dad tried using Just for Men one time, and like a bunch of other teachers like kept coming up to my mom being like, "Did he dye his
That's
face
awesome.
or something?" And like he never used it again.
That's so good. Wait,
dude, he keeps. I don't know if I've mentioned this in the podcast, but he found a black barbershop he really likes because my dad loves to talk, and I guess they put up with him talking. And
that's awesome.
There's a family of ducks going down the river right now.
Wait, look at the picture I just sent you with him and Mitt Romney.
Oh, that's another one that like got memed to hell because it's like
he looks so cute.
Mitt was like, "I will never talk to Trump if he wins. He's evil," and then it's like. It is evil because Mitt Romney's here to ask for something clearly, and Trump is just like Trump knows this is going to be posted everywhere. But that is the face of an evil cartoon villain. Like it's beautiful. Also, I love how Mitt Romney's trying to show like, no, I don't like this guy. I'm just here, like with his expression. Maybe I'm reading too into it, but like there's something going on with those eyes, dude.
This picture is also crazy of Kanye West showing Trump a picture on his phone. Do you know this one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I remember that one getting memed. Also, I wonder if this is a sign of dominance. What is why is Mitt eating scalps, but Trump seems to be eating soup? There's something going on. The Kanye one is funny because that is one that's so clearly where it's like, I really don't think Trump gives a shit about Kanye, right? You know what I mean? But that was one where it's like, hey, some rapping fella. Yeah, bring him in.
Yeah.
I'll talk to him or whatever. And like,
I mean, he did that also. He actually Trump has had a lot of interaction
the worst
with
Trump
rappers.
impression. I just looked back and I was like, I don't even think I attempted one right there.
He was affiliated with Lil Pump for a minute. I mean, dude, his Kodak Black was an interesting stint. That
did he free him or something? Was he on like tax evasion or?
Well, I don't know. Lil Pump, I don't know. I think he just showed up at a rally one time, maybe when he was in Florida, and then but Kodak Black was in jail and Trump pardoned him, and now Kodak still posts images of himself wearing "Make America Great Again" merchandise. Like he really leaned into
that's
being a Trump supporter, which is hilarious. Some of those pictures are so funny. And then there was he also I don't remember the right word, but he got ASAP Rocky out of Swedish jail or something like that. You remember that? That happened too.
Oh, I remember that. I remember people making a big deal about that. Bro, I just remembered the
yeah.
This is another Trump moment that always I don't even think it was like someone trying to kill him, but there was like someone who rushed the stage at one event, and it's like there's this backshot video of Trump just at the podium and then going like and turning around like this. Look that up, bro. Look up like Trump turning around podium. Someone rushed the stage
because
it's so good.
I'm literally looking up like Trump funny moments, and I'm like reading them on these like news aggregate sites where there's supposed to be all the funny images, and I actually don't even feel like they're scratching the surface of like some of my favorite Trump
But
moments.
bro, that's because some people are like, that's my point of like, dude, Trump I feel like was ruined for me because it was like, dude, I was like, yo, fucking put this guy in office. This guy's funny as shit. Fuck politics in general. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just wanted to vote for him because it was like, fuck you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to vote a fucking Trump into office. And, but then it got ruined, of course, because there were people like, yeah, you're right. Also kill black people. And it was like, no, I'm not with these guys. I'm not with these guys. They
always ruined it for everyone. But
they ruined it. But dude, that's my question to you. Like, looking back, and be honest, bro, like looking back, because there's some people to this day that are like, he almost killed us all. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Looking back,
no, with
how funny he was and with how fucking honestly shitty, bro. I'm so sick of people being like, the economy. I'm already doing retarded voices. I'm gonna have to clip that.
Keep it going. At this point, just lean into it.
The economy, Homer, but the economy is so much better under Biden. Thanksgiving dinner was 10 cents.
It's like, bro, shit was so much cheaper and better under Trump. Like, you are delusional if you're parroting that shit. Like,
I think if anything, it goes to show that a lot of this shit, it feels like it just doesn't even matter who's president. I mean, I'm probably gonna get lambasted for that, but it's true. It's like it felt bad during the Trump presidency. It feels worse now during the Biden presidency.
I felt good during the Trump presidency, baby.
I think actually what the thing that I do resent Trump for, here's where I'll give him kudos, is the man is a born entertainer. Like, he's literally, you put him in front of a camera, you will
like the born supremacy.
You will get endless. I mean, the fact that we have literally just been talking about Trump, I think now for like 45 minutes and haven't even tired of it. And the man hasn't even been president for 4 years, but it's like, he's just an endless source of, he's a fascinating, eccentric person. I would say close to the level, and I think I've made this comparison before, to Michael Jackson, I swear to God. And just like, you cannot love him or hate him. You look at the man and you have to appreciate how fucking eccentric this human is, and he's popular for that reason. He's not popular for even the most diehard Trump supporters. I don't buy for a second that they're a fan of him because of his policy. They're a fan of him because he is like just a complete esoteric, like,
I think it's
esoteric, insane person, like just like fascinating character to watch. And exactly the reason that you explained, he felt like a wrecking ball in dude,
that I mean? Just like fat chimp Michael Moore put it best, but he was like,
please don't vote for Trump. I know some of you think it'll feel like throwing a grenade into the White House, but don't do it.
And I was like, that is what it feels like.
But
I'm gonna do it.
Like. But the part that I resent about not just Trump, but it actually just makes me just like kind of just disgusted with America and as a whole. It's just that because it's not right wing or left wing. It's just that it's like we were talking about on the episode we recorded yesterday. We have literally all been stuck in 2016 since the election. Like, we're so splintered and fractioned and haven't moved on from the Trump presidency, and so much time has passed, and on paper so many things have happened, but nothing has been resolved. Everyone has dug their heels in deeper into their shitty beliefs.
There's certain people, and I think it's the reason we're stuck here, because some of these people are writers and some of these people are blah blah blah. The Vosh audience, I know you guys have to agree with me. I know you guys are left leaning, but it does feel like there's actual people who believed the entire Trump presidency was the equivalent of Hitler being in office, and that's why we literally have Lord of the Rings now, where it's like elves took our jobs, and it's like, please shut the fuck up, please, God, please, can we move on from that? I have to piss.
Everything.
I have to
Okay,
piss.
I'll keep riffing for a little
Riff.
while on this exact concept. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna want to bring this back up when Zach gets back, but it's like, if anything has changed in America since since 2016, it's just been a complete like degrading degradation. I don't know what you would say, how you would put that, but it's just been like no faith in Hollywood, no faith in political leaders, no faith in rich people, people in power. Like for a long time, no one should have had faith in this stuff, but it's like it's not left wing or right wing. It's just this like everybody has just become totally awake to it, and no one has. I almost kind of am not surprised, but for like Hollywood being as old and robust of an industry as it is, that they haven't adapted at all. And the fact that we're still doing this like that South Park Eric Cartman bit that everyone's clowning. It's true though, where it's the person in charge at like, I don't know, Disney or Hollywood, and they're like, yeah, make this character a woman and make her lame and gay. It's like, that's so true though. It's like it's so tiring that all the pushback from the left has just been so fucking lame and weaselly, and then there's nothing to look to on the right wing for that's agreeable. You know what I mean? It's just all of it is so it's terrible. Anyway,
bro,
I
you
was
know what I
ripping.
can't get out of my head? You were
Yeah, go ahead.
ripping?
I was ripping ass like crazy. Yeah.
Dude, that fucking have you ever there's an animated show or animated series on YouTube. I was telling you about it earlier, but they make like this Pokemon animation, but there's like this song from, I guess, the Wiggles, but it's like fruit salad.
Yeah,
Yummy, yummy.
Yeah.
You know that song, dude?
Love it.
I can't stop singing Bruce Chinchilla. Yummy, yummy. Every time I'm just walking around, dude.
Dude, the Wiggles are pretty goated when it comes to
what are they, like the Beatles but a cartoon or something?
No, they're not. Do you never watch the Wiggles? That one
There's
is
no, bro. I swear the Wiggles
it's
came out when we were like 20, bro. The fact that you were watching that shit is insane.
I mean, no, I don't think I watched it. Well, when did they come out? No. First of all, check yourself. The Wiggles are an Australian children's music group formed in Sydney, Australia in '91. So they've been around forever.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and then the actual TV show aired in, it looks like 2005 is when they got on TV. So I guess like, yeah, I was already in 5th grade, so I wasn't really seriously watching the Wiggles, but I was certainly aware of the music that they were putting out in terms of like what was the other one?
What do you mean did they release like studio albums?
Yeah, they're like a children's like music group.
Before the show?
Before the show.
Oh.
And then they got a show. And it was based around their like dynamic as a group.
What point of your life do you have to be in when you're like, I want to make content for children?
That's so funny because actually I feel like I'm at that point in my life.
Really?
I'm really.
Well, for you, you were saying it was like you could meet like people that way better.
Yeah, exactly. I actually like have recently come to terms with the fact that one of my favorite like artists and creators, and actually someone that I would like to model some of the future of my career around, is Shel Silverstein. I think he's super funny and good. And if you know who that is, right?
Where the sidewalk bends.
Where the sidewalk bends. If you look up some of like Shel
ends.
Silverstein's stuff that you just look at, he's got like really funny little like songs and poems, and his drawings are really good.
Doesn't
and
he also look like a fucking creature?
He looks like a nightmare. He's so scary. But his apparently I was reading about him and his whole
Christ, dude.
Yeah, he's horrifying looking. But also it says on his Wikipedia page that he like literally he never married, and he was known to have sex with like thousands of women by the time that he died, like
Is he
tens of
Jewish or
thousands.
Italian?
He's Jewish. Silverstein is definitely a Jewish name. But apparently he was making stuff that was a lot more like, lewd and inappropriate. And I think his publisher was like, you should write children's stuff. And he was like, hell to the no. And they finally like twisted his arm and they were like, dude, just do it. And he did. And it was the first time he had like a major breakout success with his
Damn.
work. And then he started just like leaning more into it. And I'll
You
tell
should
you
make
what.
children's shit.
I think his shit, because it's actually funny. My dad used to read Shel Silverstein to me and my brother, and I think it actually formed a lot of my early humor. It's one that I've kind of almost buried because I'm not like, I don't think about it so consciously the way I do like The Far Side or Calvin and Hobbes, because I read that a little bit older. But Shel Silverstein definitely major influence on my early like interests and development. And I just learned this, I didn't realize this. He wrote the song "A Boy Named Sue," which Johnny Cash performed, which is also one of my favorite
Oh,
little
yeah, I
like
knew that.
storytelling songs. I didn't know that, but
Dude, he
yeah,
literally looks like him being Jewish is like, when like elves, they're like this beautiful race of people, and then one of the elves
yeah.
begins practicing dark magic, and it gets reported to the head elf, and he's like, "You and your acolytes shall be banned." And the
Yeah.
dark elf and his friends are banned, and like through time they become more grotesque and evil, and then soon they begin to be referred to as dark elves, despite them being
Oh.
originally elves. He looks like a dark elf in this
A
scenario,
dark
like,
the dark
or a
elf
dark
equivalent
Jew. He
of
looks
a
like a
Jew.
dark Jew. Does he not,
He
bro?
does.
He looks like an evil man. An
Look
evil,
at
evil man.
this image of him crouching on the outside. Look up Shel Silverstein crouching on the outside. Look at this picture of him.
Jesus Christ.
He's
dude.
like actually a horrifying.
Dude, someone made it into a dude, someone made it into a Magic the Gathering card. It's a legendary creature, human horror, and the card text just says fear.
He is so scary looking, but I think that all plays into his humor because actually a lot of his stuff is really, it's for kids, but it's like dark humor for kids. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not just like beep beep boop boop. It's actually kind of like funny and like people being ugly and being
Dude,
made fun of.
fuck it,
and-
we should just do children's content.
Well, I'll tell you what also has been kind of a turning point for me a little bit, and I've been feeling this way for a little while, but I'm looking at the silver lining, is just like I am so sick of the way that people our age behave on social media. They are so cynical and disgusting and like negative, and they swat away anything that they see as just being like, I don't know, just like
Just over the
stupid.
Charlie guy tweeting at you.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. But I've already felt that way. But I think it's part of the reason why I snapped with that person, because I was just like, I'm just like, fuck you. Like you can't. You have to look at everything and just have this weird like, yeah. I have a weed addiction, which has opened my mind and makes me realize that everything is just for babies, and all this content, anything that's nice is actually just trying to distract me from the horrors of the world. Like, go fuck yourself. Why don't you go? Why don't you go? Seriously, go get drafted into the military in a foreign country and fuck off. I don't want to hear any of this bullshit anymore. And that's why I'm just thinking like I was with my on the other hand, this is why, and it's funny, you were asking me while I was away and I got mad at that one person on Twitter. You were like, I've noticed you've been a little on edge recently. Are you okay? That was in response to my tweet at that Charlie freak. And I was like,
I think they just got married, by the way, Mazel Tov.
oh, Mazel Tov to him. I'm sure that won't end in disaster, you negative piece of shit. Anyway,
This Charlie person is how I feel about that hostage killer, ugly ass bitch.
Ah,
It is
just
so
like
funny.
all you have to spread is fucking negativity, and you get fucking 50,000 likes on Twitter as long as you're being the most negative person on the site and berating anybody for having a good time. You get a fuck ton of likes on that stupid fucking piece of shit website. That person will never amount to anything. And anyway, so
And hostage killer, but yes.
and hostage killer. Goodbye. Anyway, meanwhile, I was with so Angie has a 2-year-old, he's almost 2 years old, 2-year-old nephew who he's a little bit of a terror in his own regard because he's very, when you're at that age, you can't express how you feel, but you're starting to gain a little bit of like independent thought. So
The
there
Tinks
was
coded.
pretty much not a 10-minute period where he wasn't whining or crying at some point. But
Can
the
he
one
speak?
thing he says like a few words, and he actually learned a few words even while we were just on this like trip.
Really?
But he's just yeah, like he was like the dog. Her mom's dog was with us, whose name is Chewy, and he started saying Chewy, Chewy because we were all calling the dog. So he was learning. Like you're just at that age, like learning really fast. But anyway, I was the only thing that would get him to chill out for a long time, and he is one of the only words he knows how to say is he goes like this. He goes choo choo because he wants to watch. He wants you to put on
Thomas?
videos of trains on your phone, like YouTube, on YouTube videos on your phone. He wants to watch them, but he's also very particular. And if there's one that he doesn't like, he goes no, no, and he makes you click to the next video. And actually you have to shout out this channel because it was one that I was watching with him, and I was actually like, this is kind of good content. It's definitely Coco Melon, but I was also enjoying it. Is this channel called Crocozilla, and it's all like tractor, looks like farm simulator, but everything is color coded, and they're running over beach balls and doing like, it's like kind of like a combination
Animated
of
or
like
real?
it's animated, but it's like
Okay.
a video game. It's like a screen recording of them like playing through a simulation game, but it's very soothing, I think, to watch. And so I was watching it with him, and I mean these videos, bro, get like oh, there's another one that I was watching that was on this Japanese channel of a guy that he just had this, it was a toy, like a car, but it was like a big truck that opened up the side and it had little slots where you could put little like Hot Wheels in basically. And he was rolling it around and then he would open it up and take the individual cars out and just like roll them down a hill or something. And easy as hell video to make. This, I swear to God, I had like 174 million views. Like
Dude,
this
we
guy probably
need to
is
get
like
into baby content.
I'm
We
telling
need
you,
to get into baby content,
I
bro.
was actually amazed how like easy it is to make children's content, but also there's an endless market for it. And actually, I think if somebody wanted to make kids content that was actually somewhat good, or you know what I mean, or anything, I feel like you could clean up
I'm talking about making
there.
kids content for like the age where they're like chimps, like 3 years
Uh-huh.
old. We just need them to click, let it play, and click next video, and then
That's
like and
literally
subscribe.
it. I mean, I seriously was just watching these videos with him, and I was I like Coco Melon. I watch, and I'm like, this actually is giving children brain damage. It's like too bright and insane. But those videos of just people playing with their little like train sets and stuff is like not any stupider than like Teletubbies is. You know what I mean, or something
No,
like that.
no.
It's all the same crap, really.
Dude, my dad
Um,
has like a fancy ass train set. My dad used to be into model trains, like actually like, like the adult train
yeah,
shit, which is
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. That stuff
That's
is
definitely
awesome.
autism, 100%.
It is.
Dude, there's a
I
big
mean, yeah.
family drama going on right now, which is so autistic. I'm gonna tell you about it, and you're gonna be like, "This has gone on for more than one day. This is something that should have been solved in an hour, and it's a huge
Mm,
deal." But my dad, for some reason, there must have been a time a dog came over to their house and pooped because he hates dogs. Like
mhm.
he doesn't hate them, but if they're inside the house, he freaks out because he's always like, they're scratching the floorboards and pooping everywhere, and it's like,
Okay.
so he like made that rule, and then he's told my aunt before because she used to bring her dog over, which like her big one is very annoying, but she like showed up to borrow like a cup of flour a week ago,
Uh-huh.
and had literally, dude, this dog is so stupid. It's the dog I sent you a picture of that I was confused about because it's a French bulldog. But in my head, they're usually small, but he's about pug size.
Yeah, no, that's like about what I expect
Yeah.
with a
And
French bulldog.
totally
Yeah.
fat and
Yeah.
absolute no
Fat
mouth breathing idiot.
goblin.
Like,
Yes,
but
yeah.
she had it on a leash and brought it over and then kept it literally at like the inside of literally it was inside the house, but like in the foyer.
Okay.
And like my dad went upstairs and he loves Facebook Messenger, which is so cringe, but like sent her like a Google image that he Googled that says no dogs allowed and was like, please don't do that. We've talked about this. Please do not bring dog over. And then my aunt got hyper offended
God.
when she got home and texted my mom and was like, I'm sorry for ruining your Christmas. And I was like,
Oh my God.
just hearing this story, because my mom's telling me wanting me to be on her side, because she's like, your dad's a baboon. He should have let the dog in. It was freaking out. And then my dad is like, I've told them before, no dogs. And like, they're both expecting me to take sides. I'm just like, this is so fucking stupid. You guys are in your like 60. You guys are like 60 years old. Who gives a
I
shit?
know, but this
Dog's
is the type of shit
gone.
they beef about.
Just say don't bring it in again. And then, but also it's like, Dad, if it's just in the foyer, it's also like, it's like this big and it's like fat and gonna die in like if it can't breathe for 3 seconds. Like who gives a shit if it's just right there? Like I don't know, but bro, it is such a fiasco. Like everyone in the family's arguing about it, and like my cousin who I work with and help out at the ice factory with was like drunk texting me about it at 3 a.m. the other night, and I was just like, this is I want nothing to do with any of this. So stupid.
Can I actually go on record and say I think I'm team your dad though, and I love dogs.
That's the annoying part because I'm team my dad too, because it's like, dude, it's his house. If he says
It's his
this is the
house.
rule,
Yeah, and
this
if you
is the
let him
rule.
know, and actually even more so than that, I think people are annoying with their dogs sometimes. That people think that just because they have a dog, they can bring it anywhere and no one's gonna mind. And actually, I think like bringing a dog to somebody's place, especially unannounced, is like kind of rude.
Dude,
and
my
like,
one cousin, you've seen that dog I posted in the
Yeah.
Discord? The big white one.
the big white dog.
Huge. I literally have bruises all over my body because
Yeah.
he's so strong. He's not even trying to be mean, but when he wants you to play, when I'm over at that ice place, he'll bite hard on you.
Yeah.
But he brought his dog. It tried to eat my cats multiple times. It was so fucked up. But then this fucking honky gave my cats fleas. And it's
Yeah.
like, dude, you can't bring your fucking... I get it if it's a tiny idiot dog. But if it is literally something that can kill you and then
Yeah.
also has fleas, like, dude,
No, look,
I literally had to clean my whole house, but it was awful, bro.
No, I really am coming from this at a place that I am like a freak about animals. I love dogs. I love cats. I love them. Anytime I go over to a friend's house and then they have a pet, I'm immediately like sitting next
I
to
do
them
what
and
my
petting
cousin
them.
Jake
They're just
does
like,
and showed you the video
oh, wait, what video?
where he was humping the dog. That was
Oh,
the
yeah.
funniest video.
I love that.
I was so bored. My cousin just like, I'm like, this is like the first time you're meeting him, and he's like, dude, check this out.
No, that was so funny. But I do believe that people are too like careless about bringing their dog. Like you got to leave the dog at home. You got to leave it at home. Your dog does not need to go with you everywhere.
But it's like, dude, if I understand though, you can bring it. I feel like if it's a small to medium, because then it isn't a huge deal.
It's not a huge deal, but it's still a.
You should still ask. You should still ask.
You should still ask. I'm trying to think of like what the equivalent is. It's kind of just like.
Well, dude, this is how proof people are too retarded. This is like before you had visited, so my cats were literally this big. Okay, and they would hide under like the chair and everything, and I was like, "Can you leave the dog outside?" And again, this dog is like 300 pounds, 5 feet tall, and he was like, "Dude, what would you do if I told you to leave your cats outside?" And it's like, "Dude, my cats are the size of peanuts. What do you mean?
Yeah,
like your dog could kill a man.
Yeah,
my cat at that point could die from a mouse.
Yeah."
Like, people do get, I get what you're saying, bro. I'm getting heated.
It's kind of just like walking into a house with like a speaker of music playing out loud, where it's like, yeah, if it's like playing and it's like playing quietly, it's like the equivalent of having a small dog where you're like, well, this is a little rude and unnecessary, but like I'm not really gonna say anything. And having a big dog is like playing it like really fucking loud, and you're just like, this is like kind of a nuisance. So you're not really causing any damage, but like, can you not do that? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I hate that. Yeah.
Stupid. I'm
You gotta
pro your
start
dad.
beating people.
I'm team your dad. I think he's right, and I don't even think he overreacted that much by sending an image that says "No dogs allowed." It's like that Tyler the Creator
Well, that
tweet.
dude, that was also
Close
why it
your
was
eyes.
fucking
Close
stupid
the.
because it's like my dad is a baboon. Like the man sends me pictures of monkeys dressed up like
Yeah,
James
he's obviously
Bond.
joking.
Yeah, but
But
so
he's
it's
doing
like
it. He's being cheeky, kind of like you know what I mean by
yes,
sending
yes,
it. Yeah,
yes, yes, but
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, dude. He's over in Thailand right now, probably sleeping with the most beautiful penis women
Who,
on
your
earth.
dad?
Yeah.
What's he doing there? Honestly, though.
Honestly, he I don't dude, he's so weird with this shit cuz it's like he'll be a dick about this dog shit, but then there's this guy who taught him how to fucking carve in Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad flew in and like contacted the some Thailand university and is like getting this guy's artwork into the museum. But then, of course, also, my dad is also getting his artwork
Mm-hmm.
put into the museum. So he's going for like some ceremony. But dude, my dad's crazy like that, where it's like the man is an absolute fucking chimp. And I say that with love
Mm-hmm.
because I'm the same way. But he is crazy at carving wood, dude. It's
Uh,
insane.
Actually, funny enough, I just got as a present from my girlfriend's stepdad. He got me as like a Christmas gift. It's called a lag wheel knife. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. It's a French word,
What
but
is it for whittling?
yeah, lag is how it's spelled, but I don't know how you actually pronounce it. But it's like a whittling knife, but it's actually technically a steak knife, but it's like built in this very specific type, like city in France that has a very like specific means of making the knife. And it's like kind of like open, like a folding knife like that. And it's got a really cool, actually, do you want to see a picture of it? Or do you want me to
Yeah.
go get it? Show
Go
you.
get it.
Let's
Go
show you.
get it. All right, folks, it's just you and me. I'm looking at a picture of Pokimane where it looks like she has a huge butt. She's kind of bad. She is not like I do get why people make fun of her because like I don't think she's as like the most beautiful woman on earth. But how do
Here,
you
let me
feel
show you
about
some.
that?
What's up? First of all, this is the pouch that it comes in here.
Leguiole.
Flag wheel. And look, he got me this. It's got a really cool, I think he said it was sycamore, but it's got this crazy wood finish on it. It's
Dude,
like
that looks like
matte.
tiger, bro.
Yeah, it looks like a tiger stripe, and it's got this crazy etching on the back, and at the
That
top, as
is
part of the
based as
signature,
hell.
they have this little carved, it's a bee at the top here. And then this is the actual knife itself. It's very like
That's
and
so
so
sick.
it's a really nice knife. And you're never supposed to let it snap shut. You have to put it together like that. But anyway, I was outside while like every once in a while, and I started whittling little pieces because that's what it's kind of made for, is like you could also just use it to whittle like wood. And it's very soothing. I could definitely get into it, I think, if I set my mind to it. I would like to start whittling wood. It's
Based.
a fun little pastime, yeah.
Yeah, my
Um,
dad got me a whittling knife, but I don't know. I tried messing around with it once, but I think I just need to start with something very simple in terms of like
yeah,
attempting like to whittle.
I was kind of just like sharpening like the end, like a stick into like kind of a point and kind of like taking
Oh, you're
the
going primitive. You're going
yeah, I
like
know. Well, I don't really
you're
know
going
how to
like
do
Stone
anything
Age, like
else. But I
pre-Stone
could,
Age, like
in theory, I could do it to like sharpen a pencil, I guess, you know what I mean? But then like I don't know how to actually whittle like other stuff, but I'm sure there's a way to learn how to do it.
bro. I
Uh
would love to whittle a primitive object for Trey. Dude,
oh,
they've
that's it.
pushed me on my like I've been like
Need to
okay,
get
I'm
Trey.
into babes
Uh-huh.
of all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
And then on the sliding scale, it's the more closer it goes to male, it's kind of like not for me.
Yeah.
Trey he's clearly on like the slightly male side with those big. He has like your eyebrows. They're like some big brows, but
Oh yeah. No, Trey is
that's all,
probably the
dude.
first time I've questioned my sexuality, I think, probably in a while. Let's see.
Bro, would you be? I mean, would Angie get mad if we did like a content like three-way.
I should probably get a little mad. Let me see. Deadline to make any. Okay, I just got an email from my
You speaking
healthcare
in
thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were speaking in
Sorry.
tongues.
But anyway,
You were
yeah,
like,
no, I think she might be upset, but I'll ask.
no way, dude. She wouldn't be mad.
She wouldn't be mad.
I
Should we
swear,
talk
dude, I was
about
so
the
high that
uh,
one night, the Among Us night, where she was like shit talking me, and I was so sure she was being for real. You
I
remember
don't even
that?
remember what you're talking about. No,
Because
because
I had said
you're
that this chick was really hot in your chat, that
oh
Bloodberry Tart streamer, and Angie was like, me, and was
dude,
like,
you've just I this is just how I know you're just not like Latina pilled. Like I just don't think you're ready to be Latina
but
pilled
dude,
because it's
you
like
you were definitely
you
like,
have to have thicker skin than
no, I know, but
you
you were
have to
talking to her, and you
be
were like,
prepared.
stop, like stop, like
That's how you
telling
have to
her.
deal with it. It's like a wild beast.
I guess
You
I'm a
have to.
simple man. I'm a soft man.
I really don't even remember what you're talking about, so I
There's
wouldn't
no
worry
way,
about
dude.
it.
I was literally like so confused because I was so sure
No,
she's not.
you're just a
What were
very
you gonna
sensitive,
say?
tender
Should
guy.
we talk about what?
Well, we didn't talk about it at all, but we've also been recording for a long time now, so I don't know if we should start talking about this.
Hard
But
drive?
the hard drive drama.
Ooh, we could touch on it briefly and
I
then
I, I do
because
want to
I
have
do
those
think.
boys
Let me
on.
check. I think yeah. Well, that's the thing. Let me see if they're.
Did they ever respond to you?
It's
I got a
too hot
message.
right now and too fresh for Kevin. I think we're
Oh.
both in a place you can use it. We're both free to come on pretty much any time though for anything besides hard drive stuff.
Okay, so we have to give our own individual opinion on what's
Okay,
going on over
okay.
there.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know enough about the business structure, but you seem to know a little bit more than me. So why don't you give us the setup
Well, the thing
and
is that I
rundown?
don't necessarily want to oust anybody for telling me information that I'm not supposed to know, especially if
Oh,
like,
that's fair. That's
do you
fair.
know what I mean? Like I don't want to, but I
Well,
will
then just
say,
going off the Twitters. Well, what were you gonna say?
just going off the Twitter thing and my sort of understand. Here's what I will say. This part doesn't necessarily have to be hidden or anything, but there were some whispers because you and I have some just friendly connections to some of the people that work at Hard Drive, you know, that we've like communicated with, including Kevin and Slime the Garbage Man. Uh the those
Have you
guys
talked to
are
Slime?
not on the phone, but we
Oh,
DM
okay.
pretty
He's a cool
frequently.
guy. He's a
Yeah.
cool guy.
Yeah, he's really cool. And I know they were both there were whispers of trying to get Beetle Moses onto hard drive, like be sort of a regular
That's what I had heard.
contributor.
Yeah.
But it never came to fruition, and it was not because of either of those guys, but it sounds like because there's this guy who is the owner, maybe sort of the executive producer. I don't know what you would call it exactly, but he's kind of the guy who funds hard drive, who has a very disagreeable stance on running the company. And I believe, and I'll say, I think you could read into this without, what is that? God, she's awesome. Without having any background knowledge, I mean, I think you can at least look at the fact that the two main contributors of Hard Drive magazine, which were Hard Drive,
Jeremy
Jeremy
Cracker
Kaplowitz
Crackerwitz.
uh and what was the other guy's name? Mark Roebuck, I think is the other one. Both of those guys left, like up and left at the same time, like pretty much unannounced. And yeah, I think basically that had to do with some of the things that they didn't like that was going on behind the scenes. And so
Well, here's my question, real
now,
quick, just to interject.
what's up?
I don't understand. See, businesses work in such cringe ways. Didn't they make hard drive?
Yes, but that's like, but think about it this way. Like, I mean, I don't know the actual backstory for hard drive, but here's how I could see something getting in something like that happening. Let's say these two guys, Matt and Jeremy, for example, were the guys that started Hard Drive magazine. They started writing articles, but they felt like they couldn't turn it into a financial thing, but maybe they had a few viral hits early on. And then you've got this guy who's aware of them, who's kind of like a money guy who comes in and he's kind of like one of the sharks from Shark Tank that's like, I will fund this, but I want this percentage of the earnings of the company. And also
And you have to buy Reddit Gold for all my Reddit accounts.
yeah, that, and also like I also want to have some say in what gets published. I mean, I don't know, like where, like if I don't, that wouldn't happen with cold cuts, but I'm trying to think like if we were really early on in cold cuts and somebody showed up that was like that, like let's say Vosh came in and was like, "Hey guys, I love your
He's
content.
tried
I want to throw you
multiple
a ton of
times
money,
to buy me pho.
to buy you pho." Let's say like Vosh came in really early on. Let's say we recorded one episode with
I
him. And he
wanted
was
to
like, guys,
but yeah,
I
executive
love your
produce.
energy. I want to buy into this, but there's a few catches. I want to claim some ownership of it, and we're gonna start making this type of content, or at least I want to be at the table, the writers'
Yeah, like
table.
cringe gay lefty content.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say early on, you and I, it's hard to say, but we may have made a deal like that. You know what I mean? We may have been like, yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
only
But
early
now,
on. If Vosh was man enough to ball up and give us some money, I would have only done it early on if Vosh wanted to buy in.
if you
Maybe
wanted to buy
maybe
in,
5K a month each. If he wanted to do that, only early on I would have done that. If this gets back to Vosh, maybe
Vosh is
5K each a
not
month. No,
a
sorry.
great example because we have like a very long ongoing relationship with him now. But in general, I guess you could say that like having somebody buy in, but they take over some of your company, this is an example of that going uh topsy-turvy. You know what I mean? I think with the Hard Drive magazine is like I'm pretty sure that the guy who's
You
funding
have to
them,
make sure the executive producer understands the content because it sounds like
yes,
this guy really fucking does not
does
understand.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds like he's kind of driven a lot of the contributors away and driven the content into the dirt. And the drama, just from what I've seen on Twitter, all in the last like 3 hours, it's basically been Hard Drive announcing that they're gone and that they're basically moving completely over to uh
Patreon.
Patreon. Oh, and in a now
Well, wait a
deleted
minute, wait a
tweet.
minute. I didn't understand when you were explaining earlier. Is there going to be no more? Is there no more free hard drive? It is all on the Patreon.
I think that they're basically saying if you guys don't subscribe to our Patreon,
Oh, I see. I
it will
see.
be the end of the website. But in a now deleted tweet, Grant, Thought Cops, said, please do not donate to the hard drive's Patreon. The owner drove all the talent away and is doing the digital equivalent of grave robbing. Uh, Now deleted tweet. So I don't know if
Oh,
he
it's
still feels that way.
deleted.
Yes.
Oh, I'm always like,
Uh,
man, I love these guys, and you're kind of like,
oh, you wanna read it? Oh, by the way, I got my brother for the holidays. I got one for my parents like a few holidays ago, and it was such a big hit. I got one for my brother for this Christmas or slash Hanukkah. I got him a Furbo. Do you know what that is?
oh, is it like a Furby?
No. It's literally a little it's like a little doggy like camera, like a baby monitor that you can set up in your home that you can when you're at work, it's an app on your phone and you can pull it up and see what your dog is doing while you're gone.
Oh,
And
that's so sick.
and the funniest part about it is that you can press a button and it'll shoot out treats
A
at your
treat.
dog.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
there's a little microphone so you can be like, "Come here, baby," or whatever. And my brother just sent me this screenshot because he must have set it up now of his dog just like lounging on the couch, I guess, like at his thing. But that's the little button that you would press to shoot out a treat at them. You could get it for your cats too, which would be
Did
so
he do
funny
it,
'cause when
though?
you're not around. I don't know if he just sent me the image, but I'm sure
Oh, I
he's
thought this was gonna lead into a
about it.
story of him doing it and hitting the dog in the eye or something.
But the funny thing is that I know this from having the Furbo is that like when when it shoots out a treat, it makes a little like squeaky noise, like a squeaky toy noise. So the animals, I think I actually, funny enough, have a video here. Like, and this one, it looks like the Blair Witch Project. This is a video of my parents' dog eating a treat. that it's
This
been,
is so horrifying just on
it's
first
so
glance,
funny.
dude.
But they'll hear the treat
This dog looks
noise.
retarded, bro.
She's so funny. The pictures that come out of that
fuck.
thing are so
Bro,
fucking
I don't know if I
hilarious.
ever told you this story, but do you know when we visited and we finally convinced Jake to go to the bar with us, and he was like, I don't want to run into anyone. And then we walk in and immediately a guy was like, yo, what's up, faggot? And like starts
Immediately.
screaming at him.
Look at this picture from also from the Furbo.
Dude, that is horrifying.
It's like it does the night vision.
That
but
is horrific.
It's because when you like shoot out a treat, it makes that squeaky toy noise, and the animals just come running and waiting for the treat to shoot out. What do you think of this one? Look,
Bro, he's so based.
are you looking?
Yeah, I looked at him.
Oh
He looks
my
like he's
God.
like flexing on me.
Classic. Anyway,
Anyway. Alberto
okay.
on bugs on my wee wee.
Oh, sorry.
Oops. Brat pew pew. Conga Heli. Mr. Francho.
Uh-huh.
Cheesean. We got HP. We got Limp Dick. Protista, Protagon. They're married in my head. Their names are
Yes,
so similar.
they are.
Shrek the Third, Trevor Stilson, Yowlitz. All right. As Harris was saying, now is the perfect time to step up to the executive tier if you're bored. If you want more, you want to give us more money. Now is the perfect time to give us more money because we want more money. Yes.
Yeah, I could definitely.
Are you
see
scratching
that.
lottos? What are you doing over there?
No, somebody sent me something on my phone. But anyway, love you guys so much. We've recorded a long episode right now, and I gotta get ready for this meeting.
Yes, Harris has an important meeting we can't talk about yet, but it's
Yes,
very
true.
crispy.
Really
I'm
very
excited.
crispy.
I'll talk to you soon, Harris. Give me a ring.
All right,
after.
love you. Peace. Talk to you
All
later.
right, dude, that's you're coming on too strong, but